Oh, hi.
Thank you. We'll entertain you with about the best that you can possibly get. In his field of comedy, there is nobody that can touch Mr. Bill Cosby, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you. Before I do my routine, before I do my routine, I would like to raise some money. Mainly because I've watched a lot of telethons, and when you do a lot of telethons, you sit there and you say, I think I will, and then you let it kind of go away, and then you don't, because the phone is too far away. So I have here T-shirts. Everybody loves T-shirts. So I have 2 T-shirts here, and this T-shirt is made right here in Las Vegas. If we can get a close-up of it, there's a picture of Jerry. Is that proper? Jerry, for Jerry's kids. You see? Now, I am going to sign. I'm going to sign this personally, and this will be an autograph, and we'll start the bidding somewhere around in the studio and see how much money. There are 2 of them. No yelling out yet. Right, of course, $3,000. But we're going to give that back to you because you're going to need an operation. Now, here we are. All right. Good. Now, and on the back, it says, good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Make you feel good. So, I will sign it right here before your very eyes. Autographed by me in person. Sometimes the pocket doesn't work right, This is the first pocket mic ever made, and we're demonstrating. The what? $5? Not yet. I'll buy it back for myself for $5. There, you've seen it. Ta-da! Now, that's one. Those of you who watch Sesame Street, this is 2. And that's it. So this will be 1 sign, 1 of 2, and this one will be 2 of 2. 2 of 2. So there you have it. You all can call in. No one locally can buy this. This is for national people. Now, would you please take that? Now, I will do my routine now. After raising the money. I don't know how many of you realize what time it is that I'm talking now, because back east on my wife's body, it is 10 minutes to 2. And so she said, well, what time must be going to be on, you see? Because she's already given my, oh, wait a minute. That's right. Here is a $100 bill. This is a $100 bill right here. Now, it was very difficult for me to call this in. So I brought it over. So there's a $100 donation for you from, this is from Mrs. Cosby. Okay, so Mrs. Cosby, Camille Cosby said, give it. Now, I wanted to do this routine because oh, wait a minute. I had another. This is another one that I found. I found this one, and everything's all closed, but I had to spend it. I had some money. I said, because there's a good feeling about spending. You just go in a place and you look, you say, I got some money, I'm going to buy something in there. So everything's closed. So I'm going to give this, and name my oldest daughter, Erica. So this is, in Erica's name, $100. Erica, thank you. So, now, anyway, see, when you come to Las Vegas, the main thing about Las Vegas is the place where people bring money to give to the casino. Wait a minute, that's right. I just remembered. I have another one here that I found. I found this one because I was coming here and I walked by and it was on the floor. So I picked it up. So I'll give this to the people also. This is from my two daughters. Not yet. This is from my two daughters, you see. And here, go ahead. This is from my two daughters, the United States fussing team. Oh yes, my one is 8 and the other is 5. Her name's Ensa and the other one's Evan. Evan is 5, and they are going to be in the United States. They're going to represent the United States in the United States and nationwide a world fussing contest. And I think they're going to win because they had one the other day where my 8-year-old said to the 5-year-old, she's, you know, they yelled, "All right, Evan, I know you better cut it out." So I said, here. You know, which is the way parents talk. You said, here. And I said, what seems to be the problem? And she said, well, she's looking at me. So I thought that would get them at least into the semifinals of the game. But I had some more money here. I had another one that I want to give. My mother is a wonderful person. And the one thing that she always said was when she talked to God before she had any children, she asked God to give her me. And so I was fortunate to just come with just brain damage, you see. And so I didn't have muscular dystrophy. So she wants to give $100 because I was just in my own damage, you know, what I have. So this is from my mother. She's very thankful to do that. So I don't have any more money to give, but I do feel good, you know. I feel good about it because I didn't buy something that I really didn't need, you know, and that's $400 also that my wife can't get. You know, and when I tell her, when she goes through my pockets tonight, because that's what she always does, she goes through my pockets to see what's in there, and she'll find nothing, and then she'll wake me up, and she'll really be angry. She'll say, where is the money to flip? See, because that's the way wives talk after they become mothers, because they have a lot of children. And so then I will say to her, well, I gave it to Jerry's kids. And then she'll say, oh, you know, and she'll love that very much. And it's on tape where I gave it, and it's just, you know. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you was, there's a friend of mine, his name is Alan King. Has Alan been on the show yet? Okay, if Alan comes on, he will probably talk to you about something that is very important, and that is why. No, he doesn't say why. He makes a statement that wives and mothers outlive their husbands and father, or the husband who is the father of the children. And he says, you've all seen the routines, survive by. You've seen that? Yeah, okay. And then he reads the obituary, and it says, so-and-so, John such and such, age 89, died. And then you look down further in the obituary, it says, survived by his wife. So his point is that the women always outlive the men. Well, this bothered me because I didn't know why. Why would my wife outlive me? I don't know, because I've seen her handling the children. And she cuts like this, and the veins popping out of her neck. And she has no business outliving me. I mean, dealing and arguing with little children 18 hours a day, she's supposed to die soon. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I tried to figure out what it is. Why does she outlive me? Well, I charted what my wife says, and every 7th time during those 18 hours of yelling, she says to the children, if you think that you are going to drive me to my grave before my time, then you've got another thing coming. And by saying this every 7th time, 18 hours a day, the female builds up antibodies. You understand? So, to answer your question, I thank you, Jerry. I'm going to get out of town. Thank you. Thank you, Ed McMahon. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Bill. God bless you. Let's hear
Thank
it,
you.
ladies and gentlemen. Bill Cosby.
And now I'm going to ask him to do what he could. For some reason or other, he spoke earlier about being awed one time that Gregory Peck mentioned his name. Well, the very fact that this magnificent human being, that I have become friends to and with this magnificent human being, evokes the same response in me as he spoke of with Gregory Peck, and it thrills me to be this close and to know that there is a marvelous love between us, and I would like to ask him to share that with you now, to do a duet. Let him do it. He's afraid. Can you imagine he's afraid?
I am not afraid. Why would I be afraid to sing a duet with Julius La Rosa? I wouldn't be afraid to sing with Phil Brito.
Okay. Now who's red and who's blue? I forgot.
I'm blue, you're red.
Okay.
Now you got to understand that this is under duress.
Bye, bye, blues.
Bye, bye, blues. So far it ain't there.
Bells ring,
Birds sing, sun is shining, no more pining.
just we two.
Smiling through.
Don't cry.
Don't sigh. Bye, bye, blue. Bye, bye, blue. Bye, bye, blue. Bells ring,
And the birds sing.
the birdies sing,
The sun is shining. No more pining. Just we two will be smiling through. Don't cry. Don't cry. I won't cry. We're
Gee, I'm so glad he got through that.
Here is America's most famous comedy lush, Mr. Foster Brooks, right here.
Thank you. Thank you, Jer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that at one time or another you have seen a comedian walk on the stage and say, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very, very funny thing happened to me on the way to the show tonight." Then he tells you some kind of a lie. I know I've done a couple thousand shows in my time, and I can honestly say never one time on the way to one of those shows did anything funny happen to me. Until the night. Somebody was driving me over here, and he picked me up and went through 12 red lights. I said, "Driver, who taught you how to drive?" He said, my cousin." We came to the next corner, the light was green. He stopped dead. I said, "What did you stop for?" He said, "My cousin might be coming the other way." Then when we got out front, there were two fellows out there who had apparently been sniffing a little bit, drinking a little, and they were arguing as to whether or not that was the sun or the moon up in the heavens. One of them said, "I'll find out, I'll ask this guy." He came over to me, he said, "You tell me, please, if that's the sun or the moon up there." I said, "Don't ask me, I don't even live around here." You know, when I was first married, it was not unusual to marry a young lady who didn't know anything about the birds and the bees. And I was kind of anxious to find out. Right in the middle of our first romantic love session, I said to my wife, "Hon," she said, "What?" I said, "Am I the first one?" And she says, "Why does everybody always ask me that?" We have never been folks who talk too much about the women's lib or anything, pro or con. It just went on. That's all right with us. But one day, last week, my wife went to her first women's lib meeting. I came home late that afternoon, walked through the door, expecting to get that kiss I've been getting down through the years. It wasn't there that day. Instead, she was back up against the wall on the other side of the room, her arms folded, a big scowl on her face, staring at me like I started the war. And with that, she took off her blouse and slammed it down on the floor. Then she took off her bra, and she slammed that down on the floor. She said, "From now on, Buster, you're doing the dishes around here." I said, "Gee, you're beautiful." She said, "Not only that, you're going to do the dusting and the mopping and the vacuuming, all the housework. How do you like that?" I said, "My goodness, you're really beautiful." She said, "On the weekends, you're going to rake the lawn, get the weeds out, put them in a sack, the leaves, if it's necessary, shove them in a sack and take them out front for the garbage man. How does that grab you?" I said, "Huh, I can't get over how beautiful you are." She said, "I don't understand you. I'm telling you all the things you're doing around here, going to have to do in the future, and all you do is stand there and tell me you're beautiful." I said, "Well, just now when you took off your bra, your bazooms fell down and pulled all the wrinkles out of your face, and you're beautiful." I'm trying to think of something. I know what I want to tell you. This morning, right after I got up, I took a nap. I had the strangest dream. I dreamed that I was someplace where I could hear the Lord talking. And he was talking to St. Peter. He said, I have reached a tremendous decision. And St. Peter said, what's that? Well, he didn't say it exactly like that. The Lord said, I have decided I'm going to destroy everybody on the face of the earth who has committed adultery. And St. Peter says, oh, come on. You can't do that. He says, why can't I? He says, you'd be destroying at least 80% of the people. He says, you mean to tell me a percentage is that high? He says, every bit of it. I've got it in a record book out in the kitchen. He said, well, you're right, I can't do that. I'll have to come up with something else, I guess. Got to have something by Wednesday. He said, oh, I know what I'll do then. I'll present a beautiful bronze plaque to each of the 20% who has not committed adultery, and that's exactly what he did. Lady, you know what the plaque said? You don't? You didn't get one either? This past May the 11th, I reached my 77th birthday. And when I awakened that morning, thank you. That's very nice of you. I don't understand why you applaud, but it's nice. And unless, of course, you saw me about last year and didn't think I was going to make it. You better take that down, honey. But anyway, I had to pay any attention to that. I'll be gone in a minute. Anyway, I went out in the kitchen, and my wife didn't say happy birthday, and that made me feel unhappy. And I went to my office, and the first thing the girl said to me, my secretary, 27 years old, prettiest thing, she said, happy birthday, Mr. Brooks. And that made me feel real good. So she said, today the treat is on me. I said, well, now, what did you have in mind? She's taking me to lunch. Out in her car, I had a beautiful luncheon. I had 6 or 7 martinis. And on the way back to the office in her car, she said, Mr. Brooks, I think it's much too beautiful a day to waste going to the office. Why don't we stop at my place, and you can have a few more drinks if you like, and we can talk. I said, all right. I was all for that. We went up to her house. I had 4 or 5 more martinis, and she was getting more beautiful by the minute. Finally, she said, Mr. Brooks, if you'll excuse me, I'll step into the bedroom and change into something a little more comfy. Well, she went in there, and in no time at all, the bedroom door opened. Out walked my secretary with my wife and my 2 daughters and a big birthday cake singing happy birthday. And there I was sitting on the couch with nothing but my socks on. Foster Brooks.
Thank you, Foster. Perfect, thank you.
Now,
You want to sit?
whatever you want to do. You want to sit? Would it be easy for you to sit?
Stand. It's nice to stand for a change.
There are certain things you shouldn't stand for, and this is one of those things.
Ah, you dirty rat.
No. You dirty rat.
You're the guy.
You're the guy to give it to my sister. So, heads up. I don't know. You want to sit down? Would that be a little easier for Mr. Lewis?
No, I like the standing.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to do a number together, folks. How do you like that?
The number is 4.
19.
That's
Bingo.
23 and 27. No, we're going to do something. This is from a great show that Anita and I recorded this.
But I want you to know something.
Yes.
I know you and Anita recorded it, but before the show, I say to my daughter, Danielle, 12 years old.
It's beautiful.
I said, sweetheart, Steve Lawrence is going to let me do a song with him. And I said, what do you think? She said, with an excited look on her face, who's he?
I told Edie there might be a possibility that you and I would sing together.
Yeah.
And I said, I would do this song with Jerry. And she said, sure, sounds great, just don't let him wear my gowns.
Damn it.
But I see you wouldn't listen anyway.
Hey.
Okay.
Play something that we're going to
play
together.
something. Yes.
Go ahead, Dara.
That's Vinnie Falcone.
Hey, Vinnie Falcone. Hey, Joanno, let me hear you, baby.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up.
Put on a happy face.
Take off that gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style.
You'll look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile.
Pick out a pleasant outlook.
Shove out that noble grin.
Stick out would be nice. Wipe off that full of doubt look.
And slap on a happy grin. And spread sunshine all over the place. And put on a happy
Face the world with a smile. You'll find it's always worthwhile. Just tell old man Trouble to take it on the double and spread that smile a mile.
Start each day with a grin, and happiness will begin.
Remember, a stone face is gonna get you no place.
And grinning still isn't a sin.
Well, those gray skies are gonna clear up.
Put on a happy face.
Brush off the clouds and cheer up.
Put on a happy face.
And if you're feeling cross and bickerish, don't sit around and pine.
Think of banana splits and licorice, and you'll be fine.
I knew a girl so gloomy,
She'd never laugh or sing.
she wouldn't listen to me.
Now she's a mean old thing.
So spread a little sunshine all over the place and put on a happy face. You can do it with ease if you just say cheese. Put on a happy face.
Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Don't you know everyone wants to laugh? My dad said to be an actor, my son. But be a comical one, they'll be standing in line for those old honky-tonk monkey shines. You can study Shakespeare and be quite an elite. Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Make 'em roar, make 'em yell. Play it cool, play it fool, make 'em bell. To you, and if it works, I'll hold my breath until I turn blue. There's nothing in this great big world that I wouldn't do. Like, did you hear about the two cannibals? One cannibal, they're having lunch. One cannibal says, I can't stand my mother-in-law. The other cannibal said, so just eat the rice. 1, 2, 3, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Don't you know everyone wants to laugh? I'm big on wigs and throw confetti into the crowd. When silence greets my jokes, I may be bent, but unbowed.
'cause later on they get it and they're howling out loud. Isn't it hot in here? It's... One, two, three. Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Make 'em roar, make 'em scream. Have a ball, give your all, split a seam. I'll sing like Tony Bennett or Sinatra with style. I'll walk like Groucho Marx, I'll talk just like Gomer Pyle. And then I'll do the man with the perpetual smile.
Hi. Peace and love. God bless you. Last night, Billy Carter took 12 ice cubes and he put them in hot water. 15 minutes later, he was so upset because he couldn't find them. And now, here's Myron Cohen at the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Mr. Hamilton, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times, I don't co-sign for nobody.
Golly, pick up some stones so we can make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh,
Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Don't you know everyone loves to laugh?
The malaprops that never stop, so wisdom I spout. When all is said and done, if they should leave you in doubt, the reason why is even I can't figure them out.
Think, people. People don't think no more. Everybody has to think. Think. What if Khrushchev had been assassinated instead of President Kennedy? Do you think that Aristotle and Onassis would have married Mrs. Khrushchev?
1, 2, 3, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh.
Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Don't you know everyone wants to laugh?
I started in the Catskill, started clowning around. I knew the way my hair grew, I was Hollywood bound. And then I found Hello There, got me off of the ground. I am very happy to be the winner of the Jerry Lewis Lookalike Contest. Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh.
Not just grins, not just smiles. Break 'em up, make 'em roll in the aisle.
I started as a drummer with some brushes and sticks. And then behind the stinger, I would do crazy sticks. But what I'm doing now is how I'm getting my kicks. A tap dancing alligator. Everybody, come on, let me hear it. Clap. Tap dancing alligator. One, two, three. Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh.
Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Everyone in the world needs to laugh. We're here to entertain, but there's a message we bring. Put in our bid for Jerry's kids as you can believe. But let us not forget to make those telephones ring. Crosby, Rick Taylor, Marty Allen, Waylon Flowers and Madam, and Fred Travelena. Beautiful people. Thank you all. A standing ovation.